KGAN, Channel 2, where local news comes first. Now, Pete Cipher, Amy Johnson, Karen Hoskins' Nightside, Tim Heller's Weather, and Sports with Mike Ducey. This is the Channel 2 News at 10.
3 Iowa City boaters are lucky to be alive tonight, saved only by a dramatic rescue on the Iowa River. Good evening, everyone.
The flood of '93 nearly claimed 3 more lives in Iowa City tonight.
But quick work by rescuers, including a last-ditch effort, saved 3 people who capsized their boat.
Our Iowa City Bureau Chief Brenda Good was the first reporter on the scene. She says the 3 were clinging onto their boat heading toward the deadly Burlington Street Dam. Rescuers knew they had only seconds to go and just one chance to save them.
By the time we got there, they were already past the walking bridge, almost to the walking bridge at the IMU. I mean, this is all taking like 15, 20 seconds of time. That's how fast the river's moving.
Ropes were cast over the Burlington Street Bridge as the 3 people struggled to stay above water. They clung to their boat until they reached the lifelines.
Trying to get ropes untied and down to the people, and they were down over the side of the bridge probably less than 10 seconds before they made it here. And when they went under, we thought they were gone.
To complicate matters, the Johnson County rescue boat's motor failed, putting a rescuer's life in danger. That's when David Droll scaled down the bridge and within arm's reach of the victims.
There's nothing quite like that, because I know that if I let her go, I know what's waiting for her on the other side, and chances are we're probably not going to get her back from that.
2 made it safely to the boat. 1 woman was lifted out of the water to safety. Rescue crews used the rope to pull them to safety. No one was injured. All 3 victims refused medical treatment.
It kind of strikes me kind of funny. The main concern of the person that I pulled from the water was that she lost her homework. And I said, well, you're alive.
And Brenda adds that the victims were just a few feet from going over the dam. The trio was on the river at a time when it's closed to traffic, and police say charges are pending.
Another moving story at this hour. 3 people are alive and well after nearly drowning in the swelling Iowa River earlier tonight. Iowa City and Johnson County authorities responded quickly to a report of a capsized boat and its 3 passengers floating toward the Burlington Street Dam in Iowa City. Our Stephanie Heft was at the scene tonight when they were pulled from the water. And Stephanie, it sounds like these people are extremely lucky at this hour.
They are. They're very lucky, Ron. In fact, they were pulled from the water about 50 yards from the Burlington Street Dam, which is a place where several people have lost their lives. Police aren't sure why they were boating on a flooded river, but they do know these boaters are very lucky. 3 people were snatched from the water just a few short yards from this dam.
Our experiences with this dam on the other side of Burlington Street Bridge is that people don't live when they go over the side of the dam. And obviously no one's ever gone over it with it this high and this fast, but I don't think they would have made it.
Witnesses say the boaters floated a mile from City Park to Burlington Street within minutes. They caught rescuers' ropes underneath the bridge. Then 2 were lifted to safety. A police officer was then lowered to a piling under the bridge, where he held on to the 3rd victim until a boat came to the rescue. The victims went uninjured. One appeared to be more concerned with losing her belongings.
You guys know it was dangerous? I really worried about my homework. I lost my homework.
The 3 were later seen laughing in a squad car.
I'm not sure if they genuinely think it's funny or if that's just how they're coping with the fear. So like I said, I'm not sure if they're legitimately laughing about it. If they are, that's unfortunate, because they put a lot of people at risk here.
And Ron, I should add that they have not released the names of those boaters yet. The river was off limits because it is so high, and so they will be filing some charges. We don't know what the extent of those charges are, though.
And a fine might be something they could live with, considering what Officer Droll was mentioning there about putting so many other lives at risk tonight. Anybody else injured in this situation at all?
Well, we were told that one officer who helped take them from the river was taken to the hospital. He was short of breath. We don't know his condition.
But the river in Iowa City is still much too high to have anyone on it at this time. Stephanie Heft reporting live tonight from our newsroom in Cedar Rapids. Thanks, Steph.
From your 24-hour news source, this is KCRG TV9 News Nightcast.
A close call tonight on the swift currents of the Iowa River in Iowa City. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bruce Downey.
And I'm Susan Fokin. Topping our news tonight, a dramatic rescue on the Iowa River.
An all-out effort by a team of law enforcement officers from 6 departments saved the lives of 3 young people tonight. The 3 were boating on the treacherous floodwaters of the Iowa River, but their boat capsized, possibly at Park Road. The 3 occupants were able to hang on, though, for dear life as they shot down the Iowa River, heading for the roller dam.
TV9's Alicia Richards is on the Night Beat and joins us now live from our newsroom with more on this. And Alicia, how far did they travel down the river before they were rescued?
Well, Susan and Bruce, probably about 12 blocks from Park Road down to Burlington Street, the Burlington Street Bridge. When the police received a call tonight of a capsized boat, they knew with the floodwaters that they did not have much time to conduct a rescue. With the capsized boat whipping down the flooded Iowa River, Iowa City Police, Coralville Police, Johnson County Sheriffs and ambulance crews, the Iowa City Fire Department, and Campus Police all descended on the Burlington Street Bridge, hoping to intercept the 3 boaters before they hit the roller dam.
As you can see, this took a lot of manpower, and without them, they would have been, our experiences with this dam on the other side of Burlington Street Bridge is that people don't live when they go over the side of the dam.
It was that sense of urgency that made the rescue click. Johnson County Fire and ambulance crews provided the rope, and Iowa City Police provided Officer David Droll, who was willing to hang from a rope off the Burlington Street Bridge to try to grab the victims. When the boat first approached the bridge and went under it, heading for the dam, the rescuers thought they'd lost their battle.
And when they went under, we thought they were gone. I don't know if you saw us take off running, but we thought they went to the other side. And luckily enough, we found that they did indeed get on, grab hold of the ropes.
They were able to grab onto the hanging ropes, and Officer Droll was able to pull one woman in himself. Because it's illegal to boat on the flooded Iowa River, these 3 will likely face charges tonight.
At this point, as far as I know, we certainly will charge them.
At least one of those rescued is a student, because one officer said she was upset she lost her homework in the river tonight. Officer Droll, the officer who you saw there, who hung on to the rope during the rescue, said the officers had 10 seconds to spare before the John boat would have gone into the roller dam. Officer Droll, who has only been on the force for 2 years, called it a once-in-a-lifetime rescue. Susan and Bruce.
We just can't emphasize enough, stay off the rivers.
Right, that's for sure.
Thanks,
Alicia.
I've never seen anything like this, and I hope never to again.
We started to realize that this pattern of storm after storm after storm was not breaking down.
All the rivers in the Midwest just went crazy. And all of that has to pass right in front of the Gateway Arch.
So this is unheard of. It just doesn't happen.
Record-setting rains pound the Midwest night and day, week after week. In Iowa, Illinois, Missouri, and other states, rivers wash over the heartland, destroying property and shattering lives.
First time in my life, and I don't know what I'm going to do.
Emergency crews risk their lives to make dramatic rescues, like this one in eastern Iowa. This time, everyone survives. But across the country, more than 40 people have died because of the flood.